Contact. I ain't afraid of work. I ain't afraid of play. I ain't afraid to get the job done and do it my own damn way. I ain't afraid of life. Times like this. If you mess with my freedom, I'll tell you just what you can kiss. That's right.
Depend. Oh, hey, there you go, buddy. Alrighty then.
Go on. Please go on. Go on. You're in the right place. You're in your home. Get in your home. Yeah! Woohoo! You're my boy, Blue. Get in there, son. Oh, daddy. Did see me at the beginning of the video doing this, and what I did was made a mess. So I did donuts and made a huge mess and sprung my gravel out all over everywhere out here in the driveway. Basically, you can see these big circles that I made. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna show you exactly how I fix that with the drag harrow. This thing has so many purposes on a farm, so check it out. Look at that. That is absolutely amazing. Holy cow, can you believe how awesome that drag harrow did on the driveway? That's a Wingfield drag harrow, Wingfield American harrow. I'll post a link down in the video description for you guys. Tractor, tractor, wait a minute. Hey folks, welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm Channel. We've got some fun to have today. We've got Big T, Mr. T, the TYM T1104 out here with the Woods Batwing mower. So what we're talking about today is pasture maintenance and pasture maintenance for livestock and pasture maintenance for livestock on a regenerative type farm. Now we all know we can spread fertilizer out on our land and the grass goes boom and grows up really, really green. And then in a few months, it goes away. Why does it go away? What's the reason? What's up? Because you're shocking your land. You're hitting your land with fertilizer and you're giving it that boost that it needs, that nitrogen boost that it needs, or whatever nutrient it may need. And then after a few months, it kind of peters out. It kind of goes away. Well, what we're doing on this farm is a regenerative farm. We're going to show you guys exactly what we're doing to drag our manure pats. We're on a paddock right now. This one has already been treated and this one is about to be treated. So we're on a paddock that the cows were on approximately a week and a half ago. We've given the manure pats enough time to kind of dry up, get a little crispy, but still a little bit juicy on the inside. That's important. Let me show you what we have here. So all over the place are manure pats. Here we are. Here's a manure pat. There's a manure pat. There's a manure pat with clumps of green grass growing all around each one of these manure pats. Why is that? Well, you can bet your bottom dollar that a cow doesn't want to eat its own poop. It doesn't want to. So when you look out in pastures and you're driving down the highway, or if you have animals like this, and you look out on your pasture and all you see is green clumps everywhere. It's where the cows have been eating around their own manure. They don't want to graze next to it. So what we're doing here, we've got a drag harrow, and I'll take you over and show you that in just a second. We'll talk about what it does, but we're just trying to take big poopy piles like this, this, and this. These are the dollar bills that are laying out in your pasture right here. Moderately juicy. Just a little bit of bugs in there, and we're going to spread those out all over this pasture. This is what I do year after year after year, and most of the time this is either a springtime or a wintertime activity. However, we've got the opportunity here in the fall. Now, when I get done taking care of the pastures with the drag, and we'll take you over and show you the drag, I'm going to mow. I'm going to mow really, really high. Now, why am I mowing? After I do this, if I'm going to bring my cows back in here to graze, and I'll tell you exactly why. It's for weed control. So out here in the pasture, you'll see just a few weeds. Right over here is a little bit of dog fennel. There's some dog fennel over there. We've got Cerisi lespedeza in here, and the cows have eaten it pretty good, but we're trying to nip the tops out of our weeds. That's it, right there. So they're about to seed out. They've started to flower, and we want to cut them before they flower and seed out. There's a few over there, there's a few down here, there's a little bit down here. Over time, this has drastically improved my pasture quality. It's drastically improved my forage, and it's getting us to the point on the farm where we're gonna be able to bale our own hay without fertilizer, hopefully. So that's the goal. Let's take you and show you the tractor. This is a 55 horsepower TYM T574. I don't get paid to tell you that. It's a good tractor, I like it. We're going to partner up a little bit with another piece of equipment along with our drag harrow. So pay attention to that yellow thing for a second. We're going to walk back here with the drag harrow. So this is the Wingfield Batwing drag harrow tow behind. This thing can be towed behind a pickup truck, anything you've got hydraulics on, I guess. Particularly a tractor with dual hydraulic hookups in the rear. This thing again can be towed behind a tractor, a truck, pickup truck, or whatever. If you need to tow it to a different pasture, you don't have to tow it down the road with your tractor. It has 4 tires on it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it folds up in several directions. So the wings, and these are the bat wings, fold up that way, and then this whole apparatus flips up that way for hauling and stowing. And what this does is allow you to be able to have a piece of equipment like this, a drag, that is towable and movable throughout your farm without having to drag it everywhere you go. So when you buy a smaller drag, like a 6x6, like you're gonna pull behind your ATV, how do you store that thing? You gotta hang it in a tree, you gotta hang it in a wall, or you lose it in the grass and you hit it with your mower. With this, you don't have to worry about that. I'm a huge fan of the Wingfield American Harrow. I'll post a link down the video description for you guys. I have a smaller one that goes on the smaller tractor for getting into tighter spots. Basically, these tines right here simply dig into the soil. So they ride along the ground, all of these tines, and they dig into the soil and they turn up those manure pats. Now, will we cross over a couple times? Maybe so. The more we cross over it, the better off it's gonna be. As we're stirring the pot, the manure pot, what we need to think about is, how are we gonna get better grass? So what we're gonna be using today is the Tar River SP300 SS. You can find this at most of your major retailers. I'll post a link to their website. I think the SS stands for super good. I don't know. This is the good one. This is the one. When you buy a spreader like this, a broadcast spreader, and you're gonna spread more than just grass seed, you need to think about longevity, the lifespan of this tool. If you buy one that's inexpensive and it's rust up on you and you can't use it the next year, then what good is it? So I know for a fact the SP300 SS, when I get done with it, I rinse it off. This is some stainless. This is a painted surface, and down in here, stainless. There's some other stainless bolts and hardware. So we have a handle right here, which opens and closes a little valve inside there, a little slide, and that is set just perfect for me to seed this at a rate of half of a bag of grass seed, or 25 pounds, to the acre. You could also mix in clover here. You can mix in annual ryegrass, whatever it is you want to mix in. So it broadcasts just ahead of the drag harrow, and then the drag harrow stirs up the manure as it goes, and then the manure and the grass clippings and stuff fall down on the grass seed and help it to germinate. It's the wet time of year. We're into October, November, December is coming up, and we want to get our grass seed down here in North Carolina at this time so that our pasture looks like that, not like a big pile of weeds. So without further ado, I'm gonna load this critter up with a little Kentucky 32, and we're gonna head out here and we're gonna drag this entire pasture. I'm only showing you one pasture for the sake of time, but this is probably 9 acres, maybe 10 acres, and that's what we're gonna be dragging. That drag harrow is a 20-footer, so if you want a big one, that's the 20-footer. That means we'll only make 4 or 5 passes and we'll be totally done dragging this. The Woods Batwing is a 15.5, so 15, 16-foot cut on that critter. We will raise it up and we're gonna cut at about 8 inches. All I'm doing is knocking the tops out. I don't want to sacrifice my forage because the cows will be right back over here in a couple weeks. So let's get busy. We'll show you guys what it looks like now and what it looks like at the end. $90. Bam, in the hole. That was fun, really fun. The drag harrow sitting over here on the other tractor. Let's go over and take a look at it real quick. I still wear hearing protection even though I'm in a cab tractor. People might call me crazy, but I want to protect my ears. The drag harrow did great. Did you see me getting to the fence? So I nicked the fence with the drag harrow and it did not want to turn loose, and I pulled this over just a little bit. So I got to come back up here and loosen that because we're going to have a hard time getting through gates without being able to fold it all the way up. Now I've got a couple more pastures to drag. This was cut yesterday. You can see the difference in how green this is versus what I just drug and cut today. This will pop. It will pop quick. It will take off and it will look absolutely gorgeous and green very, very soon. Guys, that's what I'm up to today. I drag the pastures. This is fall. This is prepping for fall. So I drag the pastures, then I go back over them and I clip the tops out, knocking the tops out of the weeds and the broom sedge and allowing this beautiful forage to take off and grow and do its job and feed the cows all winter long. So this is our winter stockpile. It's going to recover for probably 5 more weeks before we move the cows back over here, and then they'll gobble it back down. We'll start feeding hay hopefully in January. Fingers crossed. Thank you guys so much. The TYMs did great. I know you guys are concerned because I had a problem with the 1104. No issues whatsoever. I will say that the 574 and this big harrow don't match up too well. So I had to put it in a slower gear, and that's why it's almost dark on me right now. I had to put it in medium instead of high. In that, I can pull it in high. Well, not high, medium's way faster in that tractor right there. So this is 55 horse, that's 110 horse, double the horsepower, and it definitely would have pulled it a little bit better. So thank you guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is what I do for winter pasture. We'll also be dragging during the winter, and we'll target different pastures. So be sure you tune in and are subscribed to the channel. We're gonna show you guys exactly how we made these pastures pop, really pop, with only cows and grass and sunshine. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. Woo! These don't do so good when you run over them. It's not really what they're made for. More than meets the eye. TYM. Robots in disguise.
I drag the poopy. I like it like that.
Shut her down, Buford. She's sucking mud. Shut her down.
I'm an idiot.